the most talented guy in the portal, in Devin Leary, NC State. I did a piece earlier this year on College Football Live calling him basically the Jason Bourne, accurate, vicious, alpha, nice athlete. Think of it like a big middle infielder. Was at NC State. He bled for them. He led them. That's like their William Wallace. And all of a sudden, he's out. He injured himself. And again, very fascinating to know what was happening in there behind the ranks. His offensive coordinator, Tim Beck, is now the head coach at Coastal Carolina. Devin didn't follow him there, but he did step out into the portal. Trevor Valise, our producer, gave us the notes that his younger brother is a Fighting Illini. He's at University of Illinois. And we know that Tommy DeVito will be graduating at the end of this year. There is an opening, but I have some information on the ground where I was told by a couple coaches who've talked to Leary that he wants an NIL deal. He wants an NIL deal to go to school there. I have no doubt that Illinois and Coach Bielema can do that. Does that also now put into play an A&M? They are one killer quarterback away, and a lot of tightening up in the offseason, but really they're one quarterback away from being back in this thing. Does this talk about Oregon? To me, Devin Leary, look at your top 10, 12 teams who are missing. You could also look at an Alabama. Let's be real. You could look at an Ohio State. Let's be real. Devin Leary, to me, is your biggest fish in this entire thing.
Yeah.
Trevor?
I think if he's looking for an NIL deal, I'll start with A&M because you mentioned it. It wasn't the one that popped into my head, but Jimbo's got an interesting offseason ahead of him. Is he going to ride with Connor Wigman, who showed some bright spots there at the end of the year that I think they could build the program on, or is his seat hot enough to say, hey, man, you may have some time here, but we got to get somebody in here right now to win football games. So that's an interesting one. The other school, Hack mentioned it earlier for one of the other guys. Hey, they're throwing their money around. It's on the same side of the country. It's the U, baby. It's Miami. Just take a little trip down south, get your NIL deal, spend a year down there.
South Beach.
Man, that's a good fit.
Here's
the thing, George.
Go ahead.
It's the ACC. He's already brought a dog out of that conference, and Clemson's hurting even more than they have been.
That's a good point.
That's wide open.
Wide open. In fact, hell, half these little villages don't even have their lights on, so you're not going to really have a problem. But if you're advising Devin Leary, say money's equal, is it better to go to Miami, spark up something? Expectations are definitely not what they used to be down there. Life is going to be nice down there. Over going into Tuscaloosa, Columbus, or Eugene, Oregon?
Here's the thing. If money's equal, you know the conference, you're changing logos. You already played all these boys. You just say, hey, I'm going down to South Beach, and I'm not in Raleigh, Durham area. I'm going down to South Beach, and I know everybody. I know everything. I've prepped against these guys. If money's equal, I'm staying there. But just going down there, I'm staying in the ACC.
Are you following him, Trev?
I don't completely disagree with you, but part of me wants to say, man, I'd rather go to Alabama. If I believe in myself, I've already pulled a team out from the depths. I don't want to go and do that again. That is exhausting. That was so much work. Let me take the talent that I've now proven to the country and plug it into a nice oiled up machine and go win a national title, and then go, battle myself again in the NFL ranks. I think there's an argument for both sides, but it would be nice to step in there to the Alabama of old and hand off, make a big play, make a couple plays that I can already make, hoist the trophy.
Hey, awesome. Hand off to this first round back. Let me dump it to this late first round tight end.
But that wasn't the case this year.
It really wasn't.
That's a good argument.
But could a Devin Leary anchor or spearhead that? We will find out. It would be interesting.
But you would expect a Bryce Young to have been able to do that last year as well.
No doubt. And the model for Bama's down there has changed. A smaller bodied, more athletic, really agile and dynamic quarterback with accuracy. That also sounds like Devin Leary. These guys could also do that too. It'd be interesting to see if he decides to go to the Big Ten, go to Champaign, Illinois, rock out with his brother and Trevor Valise and the Illini and see what happens up there.